going on, ladies and gentlemen? You already know who it is. It is your boy, that guy, the Dry Nude here, bringing you some Scorpion gameplay. I kind of just roam around, be a menace to any dagger player. Greatsword daggers fear me. Greatsword daggers usually aren't able to hit me, which is really nice. The only people that are able to hit me are glads nowadays. But right now, this is just at 3,400 melee evasion. I'm working on, I think right now, I'm at 36. I'm working on getting 4K, but I really do love the Scorpion. I like the play style. This is really fun, and it's one of my favorite classes to play. That being said, I want to talk about some things that Throne and Liberty can do, AGS and NCSoft can do to make this game just way better. So if you guys agree with any of these topics that we are about to talk about today, be sure to leave a like, share this on forums, just make it so that they eventually see it, right? So one thing I think everybody is asking for is a battlegrounds, and there's a simple solution for this. Me and my guildies, we talk about this stuff all the time, how we wish Nebula Island wasn't so much of a farm place, but a actual battlegrounds. Remove the timer, okay? You can add expansions to Nebula Island, make it bigger, do whatever you have to do, work on that, but remove the timer. You can still farm, like lower the drop rate for the Nebula stones, right? Lower the drop rate for them so it takes longer to get, but you still have time, right, to go in and do whatever you want to do because there's no time restrictions, and make it more of a PvP area. Bring back open world bosses, but have open world bosses be in. Get rid of the Nebula portal bosses, right? I think that's just so cringe. Nobody likes that. Why do we have to go to a portal into Nebula Island to try to DPS a boss, and it's basically whoever controls the portal, right? No, let's have it to like where back in the old days, where how open world bosses were, but have that in Nebula Island, okay? And have it at the same, not the same rotation, but on an offset rotation from the normal bosses that are non-Nebula Island. I think that would bring a lot of players in. You'll be able to PvP all the time. It'll bring people to want to do open world bosses who actually want to PvP into the Nebula Island, like battlegrounds, and just like kill whoever you want, right? Maybe you could get drops for, getting a certain amount of kills. I don't know how you do it, but we pretty much already have a battleground, and I think we definitely need that, so that people who just want to PvP can PvP in this game. I think there should be a end goal for gear that you want, right? I think they're doing a good job right now of, okay, everything in the game is almost obtainable. It might take you a little longer than someone that spends money, but there usually is a way to obtain it now, which is very, very nice. There's a way to make Lucent. There's a end goal to get like some Nebula accessories. There's an end goal to get most of the gear, which I think is good. What I don't think is good is we are adding another tier of loot, pretty much, which is these legendary weapons and legendary gear. I think me and a lot of the community, we don't want more damage. We don't want just higher stats, pretty much, right? I think the biggest problem right now is like going from tier 1 to tier 2 is fine, but if they go from tier 2 to tier 3 and you got to grind all over to get new gear and everything, I don't think people will like that much. Instead, why don't we add gear that has different effects on it, already tier 2 gear, but maybe say, hey, this new set gives you a crazy buff duration, right? So you can keep your skills up longer. Or this new greatsword, now instead of every time that you stun somebody, instead of having it be like a Tev proc, it pushes them or something, like something, I don't know, but you could be creative with it, right? I think that's what we want. And of course, have it be like where you're not going to be able to like build it out right away, but don't make it a higher tier. Nobody wants to grind and level a whole a whole new set up, right? That's a new legendary set, and their old pieces aren't viable anymore. I think that the legendary gear right now, it's just like the difference between the legendary gear and like a normal tier 2 gear. It's just crazy difference where you have to use the legendary gear and it takes forever to level up, whereas people who spend money and people who get lucky basically on their gear just are at such weeks and weeks ahead of anybody else that doesn't get lucky, who has to grind and doesn't get lucky on their traits and has to you know, basically be weeks behind because they didn't happen to get lucky or spend a bunch of lucent to completely trade out the traits, right? I think that's the prices for those legendary weapons are absolutely ridiculous, the traits for them at least. But I don't think we don't want a new tier of gear. We don't want a new tier of gear. I think people will be very, very happy with just give us more ways to play different specs and different classes. Like right now, maybe magic hit is a huge problem. Magic hit is a really big problem for any spellblade, any magic player, right? Any lib. And you can build so high magic evasion and you can build so high magic endurance that the magic hit it just doesn't matter, right? Why not have a set where like, hey, 2-piece this, you get 300 extra hit, right? Give and take. Just some ideas. I don't know if you guys would agree with what I'm saying, but I think that that's a good starting point. I don't want a new tier of gear. More content, sure. Give us more content, but let's be honest, the dungeons and everything, it seems more like a chore. Even the raid once a week starting to seem more like a chore. Like you have to do it. Like the first time it was fun, but the fact that you have to do it over and over again and try to get lucky and you only can do it once a week, that's pretty discouraging. I think they can do a way better job of you know, making it more accessible. Like I don't mind grinding the same raid over and over, right? But the fact that you're time gating it and the fact that I only could do it once a week, why not just have it to where like, oh, you can do the hard mode once a week and the rewards in the hard mode are just absolutely insane compared to like the normal. But with normal you can run over and over. People would love that. I think that once you start putting time constraints on things, it just gets really boring and really like, oh, people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, you are going to be so far ahead if you grind the game. Well, yeah, that's like any game, right? But as long as you play, you put the time in, guess what? I'm not going to be mad to someone that has like 100 hours and someone that only has like 20 hours like grinding something, right? Like, okay, that person put the time in, they earn the gear. So I think that the reward versus time definitely has to be looked at, and just remove the time gates on things, man. Just remove, like, what are we doing? Just let us run however many dungeons we want to run, right? Over and over again. We're at the point in the game where this whole, you only could run like 9-10 dungeons a day. It's really annoying. If I want to grind dungeons, let me grind dungeons. If I want to grind the abyssal, not the abyssal, but the open world dungeons, I get that, but I have to do like normal dungeons, right, before I can start grinding open world dungeons. Like the coins, the abyssal coins could still stay because you still have to run, you know, open world dungeons in order to, or not open world dungeons, but matchmaking dungeons in order to actually get the coins. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. But just let me do what I want in the game. Let me know down in the comment section below what do you guys think, if you agree with this. As always, remember, stay blessed, stay humble, and have a good one. Peace, everybody.